if you see, so just host me.
Yes, yes, I have made a co-host.
Okay, okay. So today we are going to discuss about if you have the last 10 questions which we had given in our last class. So there is a one topic which has been given in the earth, that is spiritual friendship in Buddhism. So spiritual means that how a person can get a state of eternal bliss. How can he make a purification of his consciousness? The consciousness, which is we have already discussed, that our consciousness is pure and it is luminous also, and it is being defiled by our incoming inward defiling factors. So there is a need of remove these defiling factors, which are called in Pali as kilesa, or in Sanskrit it is called as klesa. Defiling factors are those immoral factors which darken or blacken our consciousness. So rag, dvesh, moha, that is the attachment, ignorance, antipathy, hatred, and ignorance. These three are the main defiling factors which are darkening or blackening our consciousness. So there is a need of make purification of our consciousness. That is why it is said that chittam sankilesa sankilesanti, and chitta akilesa parisujhanti. That whenever there are defiling factors associated with our consciousness, it is our consciousness is defiled, and whenever the defiling factors are removed, then our consciousness is pure. So there are so many methods which have been prescribed by the Buddha in our discourses, that how we can make our consciousness pure. And for consciousness, it has been said in our Dhammapada also, Andanam chapalam chittam durakham dunivaryam uju koroti medhavi usukaro tejanam. That our consciousness is unsteady. It does not stay at one place. It moves from one place to another place. So it is very difficult to control it. So just like a bowman who controls the arrow, and he makes concentration on that, and that way he Yogavachar purifies his consciousness by removing the five types of nivarnas or hindrances, which are the immoral factors making our consciousness bewildered and does not stay at one place. These are making obstacle in the path of concentration, hindrances or nivarnas. They are five in number: Kam, Chand, Vyapad, Thinimidh, Udhaj, Kukuch, and Vichikitsha. So, how can we purify our consciousness? There is a need of a spiritual friendship, and a spiritual friend is called as Kalyan Mitra. In Sanskrit, it is Kalyan Mitra. In Pali, it is called as Kalyan Mitra. In Anguttara Nikaya also, we are having that who are our Kalyan Mitra, and what is the Kalyan Mitrata? That is the friendship who thinks welfare of all the beings. So this has been discussed in a very detailed manner in Anguttara Nikaya, Vyagapajya Sutta also. So there are four factors which have been given, that how one can be happy in the life, and how with the association of Kalyan Mitra, a person can purify his consciousness, he can get peace in the society, and how can he move freely in the atmosphere with harmony, as well as universal brotherhood. So this is the reading material which I had sent you in the last class. And if you go through the reading material, then you will find that how there are four factors which have been given in our Vyagapaja Sutta of Anguttara Nikaya. And the Buddha, who was very much Karunamayi, that is, he was very compassionate one. And he says that there are the four factors or four conditions that lead to well-being and happiness in this very life and in future life also. We have also seen that how Buddha has given the a noble way of life, that is the Brahma Vihar, and there are four stages of Brahma Vihar. We have already discussed. That is the friendliness, Maitri or Metta, compassion, Karuna, and third is Mudita, unalloyed joy, and fourth is the Upekha, that is the indifference. So these are the noble way of living. But today we are going to discuss that what are the factors which are bringing peace and harmony, and how we are leading towards the well-being and happiness in this very life and in the future life. So in the Vyagapacha Sutta of Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha has given the four conditions. And these are the four conditions which lead to well-being of happiness for a householder. And here well-being is quite, quite relevant in the sense of that after preaching to the fivefold monks at Rishipatan Mrigdav, he told that Bahujan Hitay, Bahujan Sukhay, Lokanukampaya Thai, Dev Manusanamti. So here the Bahujan Hitay, Bahujan Sukhay, these two terms for the welfare of all the human beings, for the all humankinds, all the devas, gods, and all the living beings. So how he has given that after that first turning of the wheel of law at Sarnath, Rishipatan Mrigdav. So, but here this four factors or four conditions, they are also going to lead well-being, parhit kamata, that how there is a kalyan, welfare or well-being of and happiness, and that is why Buddha has given Brahma Vihar and this Vyagapaja Sutta. So there are what are the four factors? Let us see Utthan Sampada, Arak Sampada, Kalyan Mitra, and Samma Ajivakata. These are the four conditions which lead towards the happiness and well-being of all the human beings. So let us discuss one by one, then it will be more clear to us. So first of all is Utthan Sampada. Utthan in Sanskrit is called as Utthan. Utthan means upliftment. And this upliftment, Sampada is the attainment or achievement, you can say another way. And in another way, it is accomplishment. Attainment of the, you can say, Utthan, that is the, what are the making efforts. There are four types of efforts, right efforts also, which have been discussed in our eightfold path. There are Samma Vyamu. These are the fourfold of efforts. So, what are the, you can say, attainment, Sampada, and Sampada is also in the sense of wealth also, Sampatti or wealth. So here Sampada is attainment in the case of Utthana. So what is the achievement of a constant effort? And what are the four efforts, right efforts, if you go through? First is the Upannanam Akuslanam Dhammanam Pahanai Vyamo. Upannanam Akuslanam Dhammanam no Upadai Vyamo. Kuslanam Dhammanam Upadai Vyamo. And Kuslanam Dhammanam Vipullai Buddhi Vyamo. So these are the four factors which have been given, four efforts, how a person can make right efforts. So this is the achievement, that if a person makes constant effort of the achievement of these four kinds of efforts. So Buddha himself asked this question because he answers himself. So here there is a Vyagapajya. By whatever means the householders earns his living, whether by farming, trading, or by rearing cattle, or by archery, or serving under the king, or by any other kind of craft, that he has become skillful and not lazy. So he is endowed with the authority or discernment by the correct means, and implies that he is capable of performing any assigning duties. So whatever a person who is assigned any work or duty, he has to accomplish this one, and one should make a right effort for performing his duty. One must perform his duty with diligence, that is the apramada. There must be no any laziness. In that, this is called as achievement of constant effort. And we had also discussed in our previous classes that how this apramad has been given more stress in performing our uh, seal or samadhi or prajna. So even for seal, a person has to make right efforts also. And until unless he is not pramadi, that is why if you go through the in Sanjukta Nikaya, Buddha says that sile patithai naroso payo chittam payam cha bhavayam atapi nipko bhikkhu so imam vijite jatamti. So here, a person who is established in the path of virtues, he may develop concentration and the right understanding, and becoming diligent, atapi, nepakkam and sagacious, he can disentangle the tangle. Here, atapi is in the sense of briyava. Briyava is nothing but it is in the sense of diligence, apramad. So a person must be a diligent in performing his duties also. That is why in Dhammapad, in the second vag, apamado amatam padam, pamado machuno padam, apamattanam yati pamado machuno pamatta jathamata. So apamado amatam padam, apramad, that is the diligence is the path of a state of eternal bliss. And pramad is the path of getting a state of death. So again, in the last words of the Buddha at the time of Mahaparnibban at Kusinagar, Buddha also says that by Dhamma Sankhara Apmadena Sampadita, that all things are subject to impermanence. Let us perform our duties with diligence. Apmadena Sampadita. So here also it has been given Uttana Sampada, that is the attainment of the diligence in performing any task or duty which has been assigned to anyone. So this is in the sense of Uttana Sampada, that is the attainment of diligence in performing any duty or task which has been assigned to any person in any job, whether he is in craft or any business profession or in any secretarial assistance. So he has to perform like this. Second is arakha. Arakha is, you can say, it is in the sense of keeping or protecting or becoming aware. So arak is in the sense of keeping, that is the guarding of the things. So sampada is the attainment of guarding. It is another name of, you can say, mindfulness, sati, that is called as smriti. We have also discussed that mindfulness is just like a doorkeeper. As a doorkeeper does not allow any undesirable person to enter into the house, in the same way, a mindfulness does not allow any undesirable, immoral factors to arise on the surface of our mind. So, this is the watchfulness, you can say, or arakha. This is in the sense of making awareness, making alert, or making keeping off. So, in that sense, Buddha has expounded about the arakha sampada. So, it is a what Buddha also expounds that what the achievement of the watchfulness, or you can say awareness, is whatever reaches he obtains by working hard with five enemies. That is the water, fire, king, thief, and ill-possessed hares. So these are the five enemies which are making a person, you can say, idle. And these are the things a person must be very much alert or guarded of also. Therefore, one develops his wealth, should protect it from enemies and keep it closely. So, just like a treasurer guard who protects the treasurer of a king, in the same way, here also there must be a guarding of our moral dhammas or moral states in our sin. So moral states which are available in a personality, that is the seal, sati, samadhi, virya, pragya. So these are the five types of, you can say, there are other factors also. So which are moral dhammas like panchindriya, panchabal, satabojhanga, seven factors of enlightenment. So these are the moral dhammas, even 37 factors of enlightenment also. Mm, mm, Bodhipakhiya Dhamma. So these are the moral dhammas, how a person can protect, guard all moral dhammas. So this is an attainment of all these. This is called as Arakha Sampada. So in Vyagapajya Sutta also, it has been said by the Buddha also that no matter that wealth a householder in possession of, or by dint of effort gathered by the force of his arm, by the sweat of his the forehand, justly acquired by correct means. So Buddha also gives that whatever you are acquiring your wealth, it should be acquired through the good means, not through the bad means, or you can say incorrect manner. So such couples well guarded and vast, so that the kings would seize it, the thieves won't steal it, the fire won't burn it, and the water would not take it away, the ill-possessed hairs would remove it. So these five factors, whatever we have discussed, that there are five types of enemies, that is the water, fire, king, thief, and ill-possessed hairs. So one must be very much careful or guarded or watched of all these five enemies. Third, we are going to discuss that is called as Kalyan Mitra. So Kalyan Mitra has been discussed in our Pali text in a very detailed manner, that who is Kalyan Mitra? Who can be Kalyan Mitra? What are the qualities of a Kalyan Mitra? In Visuddhimagga also, Acharya Buddha Ghosh has discussed about the Kalyan Mitra. And in other Vimutti Magga and other texts also, what are the Kalyan Mitra duties? What are the, you can say, functions of Kalyan Mitra? It has been discussed in a detailed manner. But here in Vyagapaja Sutta, the Blessed One, Buddha has discussed that what is the Kalyan Mitrata, that is the good friendship. What is the good friend and what is the good friendship? Good friendship is the Kalyan Mitrata or Mitrata in Sanskrit. But in Pali it is Kalyan Mitrata. So Kalyan Mitra, it has been said that Buddha is the best Kalyan Mitra. If Buddha is not available, then a person who is Ardhat, he can be a good friend or Kalyan Mitra. If a Buddha is not available, any Yogavachar who is in the stage of Sotapatti Magga, Sagdagami Magga, Anagami Magga, Arhat, then Sotapatti Phal, Arhat, Sagdagami Phal, Anagami Phal. In any seven stages, if a person is available, then he can be also Kalyan Mitra. Acharya Buddha also emphasized that if these persons are not available, then Pitakadhar, he Pitakadhar, any Sutadhar, Vinayadhar, or Abhidham or Mathikadhar is available, he can be a best Kalyan Mitra. If Pitakadhar is not available, then Nikayadhar, one who knows the Nikayas, any of the five Nikayas, Dik Banak, Madhyam Banak, Sanjukta Nikay, Bhanak, Anguttar Nikay, Banak. So any person who can recite any Nikayas very well, he can be a very Kalyan Mitra also. So these are the persons who have been prescribed in the Visuddhi Magga by Acharya Buddha Ghosh that they are the Kalyan Mitra. Now, what are the duties of a Kalyan Mitra? It has been also discussed in Visuddhi Magga by Acharya Buddha Ghosh that if a person who has main objective of getting a state of eternal bliss, he has to select any 40 subjects of meditation. That is called as Chattalis Kamathan. Kamathan is subjects of meditations. They are 40 in number, 10 Asub, 10 Kasin, 10 Anusati, 4 Brahma Vihar, Chatudhatu Bhavathanam, Ahar, Patikul, Sanya. So these are the 40 subjects of meditations. Who can select these 40 subjects of meditations? What are the temperament of a Yogavachar? It can be understood by a Kalyan Mitra. According to the mental temperament of a Yogavachar concerned, he selects any one of the 6 kinds of temperaments like Ragcharya, Dogcharya, Mohcharya, Vitakcharya. There are 6 types of temperaments of a Yogavachar. So after understanding the temperament of a person concerned, he selects any one of the, you can say, subjects of meditations out of the 40 subjects. So this is the duty of Kalyan Mitra. And it is not in a hurry manner that he selects any subjects of meditation by Kalyan Mitra. There is a process of that and a Yogavachar must have patience also in getting subjects of meditations by a Kalyan Mitra. So here Kalyan Mitrata, what is the Kalyan Mitra? It has been discussed by our Buddha in the Vyagapaja Sutta that not to associate with a stupid person. Stupid means one who is evil-minded, but to associate with a wise person who has the right understanding or panya, and to honor those who are worthy of honor. This is the higher blessings Mangal Sutta of Sutnipat. If you go through the Uttaka Path and Sutnipat, there are 30 8 types of mangalas which have been given by our Buddha. So, what are the auspicious things which have been given by our Buddha? So, in the Sutnipat, that what are the highest or higher blessings, it has been discussed. So, association with good people, Sapurus Nisaya is a very helpful thing. So, in order to lead a happy life and prosperity in the life, the function of a healthy friendship in human society is very much crucial. So that is why, and whatever Kalyan Mitra we are talking about for Chattalis Kamathan, it is only in the sense of spiritual advancement of a person, so how a person can purify his consciousness. So this has been discussed in our Bhagavata Sutta also. And in Sigalobad Sutta also, the link of good friendship and bad friendship has been discussed in a very detailed manner. So friendship with the sound of the heart clearly has a higher impact on our social dealings as well as our private well-being also. So Sigalobad Sutta is considered as one of the best example of the teachings of the Buddha who which throws light on the social aspects, especially relations among the son and father, wife and husband, acharyas and the peoples. So all these have been discussed with the help of the 6 directions. There are 6, you can say, types of the persons which have been included there in Sigalovad Sutta, and who can be, and brothers, sisters also, mother, parents, mother, father, as well as sons and daughters. What are the duties? What are the, you can say, relations among them, and how the relations can be maintained in a family? This has been given in Sigalovad Sutta. So again, in once Ananda is said to have told the Buddha that half of the noble life, brahmacharya, dependent on the friendship, association, and intimacy with the good friends. If you have good friends, then all your noble way of life is being achieved. Otherwise, if you have wrong associations with the people, then it will be always creating problem in a family or in the society or in the, so that is why Buddha also said that it was not just a half of it but the whole thing. In the same vein, Buddha once said, monkeys, I do not know of any other conditions that is helpful to the emergence of what is healthy and that has not yet arisen, and to elimination of what is evil that has already arisen at friendship with the good. Buddha always says that if you are having association with the good people, if you have sadachar with your friends, so then there is a emergence of a healthy life, happy balancing of our mind also, and in that way there is a happy balancing of the family members also, and in that way it is also going make a society happy and wealthy also in that sense. So next is the sam ajivakata. Sam means that is the equal or even, and ajivakata is that is the livelihood. So if you go through the right livelihood in the eightfold path, it has been said that michha ajivopahayakena samma ajivikena kappeti iti samma ajivo. That right livelihood is the name of refraining from all the bad type of livelihood. There are 5 types of professions which have been banned, that one must not take profession in these types of like Satbanija, Satmanija, Masbanija, Like that, there are five types of professions which are not given prominence in Samma Ajivo. But here we are going to discuss that is the how we can maintain our balanced livelihood. That is the equal livelihood. How can we make our? So it has been said that there are eight types of loss and gain, love and yes, yati. So there are eight types of things which are given in the Pali text also. So here Buddha explains that what is the balanced life like this, that there are four sources of riches. That first is the abstinence from debauchery, abstinence from drunkenness, non-indulgence in gambling, and friendship, companionship, and intimacy with the good. So these are the, you can say, four sources of rich that one must not have debauchery, that there must be abstinence, that is the uh, Kamesu Mikshachara, and Drankesu Sura Mereya Majapamada Thana Bermani. So, in that another way, it has been also said here non indulgence in gambling, that one should not take part in gambling also. So, these are the four types of balanced livelihood. So, one should not have any bad friendship like this. Again, just in the case of a large reservoir with four inlets and four outlets, if a individual is to open the inlets and near the others, there should also be appropriate rainfall, and rise in the water is definitely to be expected, that reservoir are not a decline. So in the rainy season, people are harvesting and they are making a reservoir of the water also. So in that way, example has been given that if there is a reservoir, there is a no decline of our water. So in this manner, balanced livelihood are also a condition of worldly progress. So there will be no any downfall or decline of a society or the family. So the Buddha said that these four conditions, Vyagapajya, conducive to householder will and happiness in the very life. So these are the four conditions which have been discussed in a very detailed manner in Vyagapajya Sutta. So in a very uh, brief manner, we have discussed that how these four conditions are going to bring happiness in the society or in the family also, how they bring happiness and how they good friendship they are coming. So this is the Utthan Sampada, Arak Sampada, Kalyan Mitra, and Samma Ajivakata. So these are the four things which have been discussed in the Vyagapajya Sutta. Now we are going to discuss again that what are the four conditions for will and happiness in the future life also. This is the present life, we can say. What Arak Sampada, Utthan Sampada, Kalyan Mitra, so whatever we have discussed just now, so in some Ajivgita, so what are the factors, what are the conditions which are making happiness in our future life? So Buddha has also given guidance to wealthy householders on how to maintain and boost their prosperity and how to prevent riches. So wealth, however, does not create a full person or a harmonious society. So all possessions of the riches can be increased by desire of a man. So there is no any limit of the desire. Kamatana, bhautana, and vibhautana, and these desires are making problem in or creating problem in the society. So therefore, Buddha says that. his recommendation on material welfare, that is these all are making happiness in the personality for a very short time, but how it will be make you can say spiritual friendship or a spiritual welfare, how can one get a happiness in the future life. So Buddha has given there are four types of things. That is the Saddha Sampada, Sila Sampada, Chag Sampada, Panya Sampada. So for the future life, how can we bring welfare or happiness? So these are the four types: Saddha Sampada, Sila Sampada, Chag Sampada, Panya Sampada. So Saddha means that is the Sampasadhan Lakhana Saddha. That Sampakhandhan Lakhana Cha. So Sampasadhan is Saddha has in the Milinda Pahyo also Acharya Nagasen has discussed that Sampasadhan is in the sense of just like a goldsmith who purifies the old ornaments with the uh, HCl hydrochloride and mix it purify in a very brightness. So in the same way, Saddha also makes clear in the same manner. So there is an example in Milinda Payo also, Lakhan Payo, that how Sampasadana Lakhana Saddha had been given by a simile by Acharya Nagasen, that once upon a time a king was going through with fourfold armies, that is the chariot, elephant, horses, and bowmen. And in the meantime, a small pond comes and all the fourfold army crosses, and the water of the pond becomes muddy. So after crossing that pond, the king asked that give me some water to drink. But the water of the pond became muddy. So then king gave the udakamani, that jewel purifies the mud of the water. So in the same way manner, Saddha has the quality of purifying our immoral factors. Saddha is technically called as faith, belief in the teachings of the Buddha. So Saddha Sampada, that is the attainment of the faith, that is called as Saddha. And what is the faith or belief? This is the first characteristics of our Saddha. So one should not, that is why one should not have wrong faith or disbelief in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. That is the three Ratna. So Buddha says that one must have good faith in our three Ratna. So Buddha says that who preserves the teachings of the Buddha, such refusals are complete disbelief, which differs from skeptical doubts of partial acceptance. So Saddha is also called as Saddha Mukha, that which makes free from the immoral states. And this is also called as one of the mental factor which makes a healthy mind. So second feature of Saddha is clarifying our mind also. So, and there is another Sampakhandan, that how it is in the sense of comprehension of the teachings of the Buddha. So what is the clarity of mind? It has been while providing alms or observing precepts or meditating, one's mind becomes filled with faith and clarity. It is just a ruby of universal monarch when placed in muddy water that will cause the impurities and sediments to sink, make the water crystal clear. So the Saddha too will remove all doubts. That is the Sattari Kankhati Vichikechati, Buddhe Kankhati Vichikechati, Sanghe Kankhati Vichikechati, Das Sikhai Kankhati Vichikechati. One must not have doubt related with the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha and the 10 types of precepts. So this is the Saddha makes clear about all these doubts, you can say. Second is the seal, Sampada, that is the accomplishment or attainment of the seal or morality. In our last class also we had discussed that seal is the morality or virtue. It is it has been defined as a curtailment of the physical and vocal misdeeds. There are three types of physical actions: panatipata, aniddadana, kamesu michachara, and four types of vocal immoral actions, namely musavada, pisunavacha, farusavacha, samfalapa. So curtailment of three types of physical and four types of vocal actions is called as seal. Seal has been defined as sealanam ti sealam. What is seal? Kim idam sealam ti samadhan upadharanam va. What is the samadhan? Samadhan is in the sense of coordination of all the moral dhammas, beginning with mm, uh, Panatipata Adi Bermani by the way of the good conduct. So this is the coordination, that there must be inconsistency with the good conduct by the way of the good conduct. And second is called as Adhara. Adhar is Upadharana. Upadharan is in the sense of Kusalanam Dhammanam Patithan Vasena Adhara Bhavoti Yathu. That it is in the sense of the base of the establishment of the moral dhammas. So seal is the samadhan and upadharana. Samadhan is the coordination of the physical and vocal actions, and upadharan is in the sense of base of the establishment of the moral dhammas. So this is the seal, and attainment of this seal, that is the curtailment of three types of physical and four types of vocal actions, is called as seal sampada. So in the Bhyagpajya Sutta also, that how seal, if you are performing the seal, how it is going to develop welfare or goodness in your future life also. So this has been discussed in a very detailed manner. So there are how the and all things seal attainment of seals is based upon the intention and behavior. Here intention is the chetana and behavior is the good conduct. So these intention and behavior are more important in attainment of the seal or seal sampada. So next is going to discuss that is the chag sampada. Chag means tyag. Tyag means that is the sacrifice. Sampada means accomplishment or attainment. So there must be, and chag has been defined that chagoti alobho. Alobho means there must not be any greediness. Where there is the absence of the greediness, that is called as tyaga. So if a person gives something to someone out of compassion or loving kindness, this is also called as tyaga or sacrifice. So this is the not taking anything what is not given to you. That is called as stealing. That is the adinna dana. So this tyag is or sacrifice is giving something for the sake of welfare. So in the Jatakas, we are having so many stories related with the previous birth of the Buddha, where a Bodhisattva has sacrificed his life for the sake of others also. So this is the main duty of a bodhisattva, that how he makes sacrifice for the welfare and well-being of the others. So this is the regarding, you can say, if you are having something to eat, and if a person approaches to you who is hungry, then you must give, you must sacrifice your meal to others. So this is one of the examples, and it brings happiness in your future life also. The result of this good conduct or sacrifice gives resultant in your future life also. So taking account of this more and more, that how these things are coming. So how the donations giving to the Sangha, to the monks, to the nuns, for the welfare of all the beings, how they are going to cleanse your impurities from your consciousness, how your consciousness is going to purified. It is a process of purifications. So that is the, you can say, the thing. That is why it is called as a Dan is a very good act. One should must perform the dan or donations, whether it is to friend or to a sangha, or to a monk or a nun or anything. So the dan has an act of generosity, and it has given first among the six paramitas also. Dan paramita is the first one. So dan has given much importance in our Pali text also. The last is the charity has been given much importance, and how our evolutions get purified. That is why it is Chetana Ham Bhikkhave Kammam Badami. So this is the, you can say, the thing. So the last is called as Panya Sampada. If you go through the accomplishment of the right understanding or attainment of the Raj, Panya has been, that is Chedan Lakhana Panya, that it has the characteristics to cut off of the immoral factors, or Obhasana Lakhana Panya, that is Panya has the characteristics of giving enlightenment. And in the Visuddhimagga, Acharya Buddha Ghosh has defined Panya in the sense of Kusala Chit Vipassana Yanam Ti Panya. That Panya is the name of the right understanding, which is always associated with Vipassana Yan, that is the knowledge of the insight, and it is associated with the moral consciousness. So this understanding, that is the Panya, it has so many names like wisdom, insight, comprises a very wide field. So a specific Buddhist knowledge or wisdom, however, as a part of noble path, we are having the first Sammaditthi. So Sammaditthi is the another name of the Panya also. So these are, if you are getting the right understanding, and there is a Sammaditthi Sutta in the Majjhima Nikaya also, and what is Sammaditthi, it has been discussed in a very detailed manner. So here a layman is supposed or endowed with wisdom, and he knows that emergence of the this and this cessation of these five aggregates of life, and one who gets panya, he knows that yam kinchi samudaya dhammam tam nirodha dhammam ti, that whatever the things which are coming into existence, they must have to disappear. So this is the, you can say, panya. That is why these Panya Sampada has been also included as one of the factors. If a person gets it, then it has the impact in the future life for bringing harmony, peace, and you can say happiness. So this is the, you can say, in a very brief manner, we have discussed today about the what are the spiritual friendship and what are the four factors or four conditions which are making happiness in this present life, and what are the four factors or conditions, accomplishment or attainment which can bring happiness in our future life. So if you are being asked questions related with this, you can elaborate on these points. So if you have any question, you can ask. We are still having 5-7 minutes time. Anyone? Or is it clear to you all?
I have no question, Professor.
Yes. So Kiko, if you have any question.
Yes, I have one question. I'd like to understand the difference between jnana and panya.
Yana and Panya.
Jnana.
Yan and Panya both are different, and it cannot be said that which arises first of all these things. So Yan is that is the four noble truth, that whenever there is a knowledge of the four noble truth, that is the दुख आर्य सत्यम, दुख समुदय आर्य सत्यम, दुख निरोधम आर्य सत्यम, दुख निरोध गामनी पटपदार्य सत्यम. If a person knows that there is a suffering, there is a cause of suffering, there is a cessation of suffering, there is a path which leads towards the cessation of suffering, this is called as knowledge. Yan, that is the Gyan, that is the knowledge which was experienced by the Buddha at the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya. The knowledge which he got about the 12 links of law of dependent originations, abhijja pache sankhara, sankhara pache vyan, vyan pachaya nam rup pachaya fasso, fasso pachaya salaytan, salaytan pachaya vedana, vedana pachaya tanha, tanha pachaya upadan, upadan pachaya bhav, bhav pachaya jati, jati pachaya jaraman. He got the knowledge of these four truth, four noble truth, as well as 12 links of law of dependent originations. This is called as Yan. And Panya is the, both are connecting the things. Panya is the thing which removes the darkness of ignorance. That is the Dham Sabhav Pativedhan Lakhanati Panya. That Panya has the characteristics to penetrate into the nature of the reality. Through the Panya, a person is able to know that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all Dhammas are subject to soulless. Sabbe Sankhara Nichati Jadai Panyae Pasati Ath Nibandite Dukhe Sumaggo Visuddhiya Sabbe Sankhara Dukhati Jadai Panyae Pasati Ath Nibandite Dukhe Sumaggo Visuddhiya Sabbe Dhamma Anattati Jadai Panyae Pasati Ath Nibandite Dukhe Samaggo Visuddhiya. Panya is that through which a person is able to know that Anicca, Dukkha and Anat, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. Whenever a person comes to know about it, he has also the knowledge of the Four Noble Truth, Eightfold Path, and Law of Dependent Originations. We cannot say that which arises first, whether knowledge arises first and the panya arises later on. Both are arising together at a time. So there is a discussion between, a dialogue between Acharya Nagasen as well as in King Milinda, in Lakhan Pahiyo of our Milinda Pahiyo. And there is a discussions that both are arising together, Yan and Panya. Both are other things. Jnana is the knowledge of the Four Noble Truth, law of dependent originations. Through the Panya, a person is able to know that all things are subject to anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So this is the difference. Any more question?
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mamoru, do you have any question?
No, thank you very much. I just read the material once again.
So, okay, see you in the next week. And most probably today is 28th. So, I am going to Bhutan for a conference there. So, I am coming back on 6th. So, it is not possible to take me class in the next week. So, after 6th, I will take class on the next Wednesday. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Good night.
Good night.
Take care.